Good day, everyone. We are the presenter of the Chapter 9, the period of the New Society, 1972 to 1980. But before that, let me introduce ourselves. I am Hannah Alice Richaya and my partners in crime, Hani Alice Richaya. Historical background. The period of the New Society started on September 21, 1972. The Carlos Palanca Awards continued to give annual awards. So that was when the martial law under the President Marcos dictatorship started. And this period had brought both positive and negative impacts in the field of literature. Though there wasn't much changes in the novels, short stories and plays, essay, comics, and debates have been quietly known during this period. The theme used during this period were commonly dealt with the progress and the development of the country such as green revolution, proper nutrition, family planning, drug addiction, and pollution. And the New Society, they also tried to stop pornography and the newspaper, and also other writings that gives negative impact or bad influence in the morals of people.
At this new period, the government established a new office called the Public Affairs Ministry that supervised the newspapers, books, and other publications. The government helps revive classic plays including the Muslim of Imbayuca, the Sinaculo, and the Tagalog of Sarzuela. Theaters built. The cultural center of the Philippines. Second is the Folk Arts Theater, and even the old Metropolitan Theater were rebuilt in order to have a place for display. The new rewards were given for singing both English and Filipino songs. Those dispatched abroad promoted several Filipino songs. They have a weekly publication such as Kislap and Liwayway. Kislap and Liwayway, it became outlets for writers to publish many of their works. It helps a lot in the development of literature. However, school newspaper have been stopped during this period as well as the bilingual education, which was initiated by the Board of National Education as early as 1958 and continued up to the period of martial law in September 21, 1972, result in the deterioration of English in different levels of education and culture. It was focused on problems of national identity, on reorientation, denied vigor and film resolve to carry out plans and programs. So a lot of happening during that times. How about the literature? How about the Filipino poetry during those times?
Well, as for the Filipino poetry during this period, it really talks about the patient's regard for native culture, customs, and the beauties of the nature and surroundings. So few months of declaration of military rule, slogans could be heard and read by many people such as sa ikakaunlad ng bayan, disiplina ang kailangan. Tayo'y kumain ng gulay upang humaba ang buhay. Magplano ng pamilya nang ang buhay ay lumigaya. Ang pagsunod sa magulang tanda ng anak na magalang. Tayo'y magtanim upang mabuhay. At tayo'y magbigayan at huwag magsaksikan. So those who wrote poetry during this period were Ponciano Pineda, Aniceto Silvestri, Jose Garcia Rivelo, Benvenuto Ramos, Vicente de Masalang, Sir Lopez Francisco, and Pelagio Soy Cruz. Many more composers added their bit during this period. Among them were Freddy Aguilar, Jose Marichan, and the group Tito Vic and Joey. As you can see, Anak of Freddy Aguilar became an instant success because of spirit and emotion revealed in the songs. There were even translations in Japanese and in other languages.
The play under the New Society. The government led in reviving old plays and dramas such as Sinaculo and Tagalog of Zarzuela. which presented in the rebuilt of Cultural Center of the Philippines, Folk Arts Theater, and Metropolitan Theater. The Mindanao State University presented a play Sining in Bayuca at the Cultural of the Philippines. In 1977, the Tales of Manuvo, a new style of rock of the ballet opera, was also added to these presentations. This was performed by Celeste Legaspi, Leia Navarro, and Haji Alejandro, Boy Camara, Anthony Castelio, Ray Dizon, and choreographed by Alec Reyes. Even the president's daughter at the time participated as a performing artist in the principal role of Santa Juan of Coral and in the Diary of Anne Frank. PETA of Cecilia Guidotti and Leno Broca. PETA is a PETA stands for Philippine Educational Theater Association. Number 2, Repertory Philippines of Rebecca Goodens and Zenaida Amador. Number 3, UP Repertory of Ben Cervantes. Number 4, Teatro Filipino by Rolando Tineo.
Radio and television. So during this time, songs were played in radio as well as series such as Si Matar, Dalaya, Ito Ang Palad Ko, and Mr. Lonely. However, many performing artists in radio moved over to television because of higher pay. Among these were Augusto Vecta, Jenny Palomo, Meli Tagasa, Lina Pusing, and Esther Chavez. Popular television plays such as Gulong ng Palad, Flor de Lena, Annalisa, Superman, and Tarzan were popular with the youth.
Filipino Films, a yearly pesta ng mga pelikulang Pilipino or a yearly Filipino Film Festival was held and lasted for almost a month. Only Filipino films were shown in all theaters in Metro Manila. Prizes and trophies were awarded at the end of the festival. New kinds of films without sex or romance started to be made, which were nevertheless well received by the public. Among these were Maynila sa Kuko ng Liwanag. It's written by Edgardo Reyes and directed by Lino Broca with Bambo Rocco as the lead role. Minsay Isang Gamo-Gamo, Nora Honor is the principal performer. Ganito kami noon, paano kayo ngayon? It led by Christopher De Leon and Gloria Diaz. Ensyang led by Hilda Coronel and Aguila led by Fernando Poe Jr., J. Alagan, and Christopher De Leon. Sex films could not be shelved. Foreign as well as local films dealing the bold themes were the vehicles of producers to earn more money.
Comics, magazine, and other publication. The leading papers during this period were Bulletin Today, Times Journal, People's Journal, Baleta, Filipino Express, Philippine Daily Express, Evening Post, Evening Express. So these are the magazines. So Liwayway had been an old-time favorite of the Filipinos since 1920. Other magazines were Kislap, Jingle Sensation, Extra Hot, and Bulaklak. Like mushrooms, comics also proliferated everywhere and were enjoyed by the masses. Among these were Filipino, Extra, Love Life, Hiwaga, Classics, and Special.
Palangka Award is short story category, 1972 to 1973. First prize, Spots on Their Wings and Other Stories, Antonia Enriquez. The second prize goes to On Friends You Pin Such Hopes by Enes Tocad Cumayo. The third prize, the title of The Liberation of Mrs. Fedela Magsilang by Jamie A. Lim. In 1973 to 1974, the first prize who got the Gregorio C. Brillantes, the title The Cries of Children on an April Afternoon in the year 1957. The second prize, The White Dress by Estrella D. Alfon. Third prize, Tell Me Who Cleft the Devil's Foot by Luni Bonifacio Era. Honorable mention scoring by Joy T. Direct. 1974 to 1975. First prize co-winners. First, The Day of the Look Coast by Leoncio de Derrida. Second is Romance and Faith on Mount Banahaw by Alfred A. Hewson. The second prize co-winners. First, The Man Who Made a Covenant with the Wind by Cirilo F. Bautista. Number 2, Once Upon a Cruise, Generation and Other Landscapes by Luning Bonifacio Era. 3 is Agalan Point by Jose E. Dalisay Jr. Third prize co-winners. First, we have The Dog Eaters by Leoncio P. Derrida. Second, we have The People's Prisons by Mauro R. Avena. The third one is Discovery by Dr. Porfirio F. Villarin Jr. The last one is A Summer Goodbye by Linda Ledesma and Benjamin Bautista. The play category in 1972 to 1973. First prize goes to The Heart of Emptiness is Black by Ricardo D. Metalio. The second prize, Go Rider by Azucena Crejo Oranza. The third prize, The Rice Bird Has Brown Wings by Federico Lexi Expeno Jr. In 1973 to 1974, who got first prize, no award. Second prize, titled The After Cafe by Juan H. Alegre. Third prize who got Dulce Extranjera by Wilfredo D. Noliade. In 1974 to 1975, who got first prize is A Life in the Slums by Rolando Esteneo. Second prize, Password by Paul Stephen Lim. The third prize is the Minerva Foundation by Maiden Flores. The poetry category in 1972 to 1973, the first prize who got charts by Cirilo F. Bautista. Second prize, A Trick of Mirrors by Rolando Esteneo. Third prize, Alapaaps Mountain by Erwin E. Castello. 1973 to 1974 first prize co-winners. Number 1, Montage by Ophelia D. Malanta. The second one is Identities by Artemio Tadena. The second prize co-winners. 1, Boxes by Ricardo D. Yungreya. Second, Glass of the second prize co-winners. We have Boxes by Ricardo Yungreya. We also have The Glass Liquid Truths by Gilbert A. Luis Santana III. The third prize co-winners, we have A Liege of Datos and Others Poems by Jose N. Carrion. The second one is Rituals and Metaphors by Celestino M. Vega. In 1974 to 75, first prize Telex Moon by Cirilo F. Bautista. Second prize, Adarna, 6 poems from a larger corpus by Wilfredo Pascua Sanchez. The third prize, we have The City and the Thread of Light by Ricardo Demetelio. Republic Cultural Heritage Awards in 1960 to 1971 to National Artists. In 1973, Amado V. Hernandez, Posthumous Literature. Jose Garcia Vela is a literature. Francisco Reyes Aquino Dance. Carlos V. Francisco is a posthumous and painting. Antonio J. Molina is a music. Guillermo Tolentino is a sculpture. In 1976, Nick Joaquin is a literature. Napoleon V. Abueva is a sculpture. Pablo Antonio is a posthumous architecture. Lamberto V. Avellana is a movies. Victoria G. Edares is a painting. Joveta Fuentes is a music. The form of literature that led during this period like essay, debate, and poetry. Poetry is the shadow cast by our streetlight imagination. Lawrence Perlehete. Some of the books that came out during this period were I Married a Newspaperman, essay by Maria Lona Lopez, wife of a newspaperman Salvador B. Lopez. In 1976, The Modern Filipino short story by Patricia Melendez Cruz. 1980, Roscorrens in Afro-Asians Literature by Rosteca D. Carpio. In 1976, Brief Time to Love by Ophelia F. Limcaco. Medium Rare and Tell the People features articles and TV programs by Julie Yap Daza. We prepared exercises for you to answer. On this one. Thank you for listening to us. I hope you learned something new about the Chapter 9 period of the New Society in 1972 and 1980.